Welcome back, everybody. My name is Tank. Today is September 28th, 2021, and we're going to be talking about what's going on with the crypto market. I'll be giving you guys my 2 cents about Bitcoin, where we are with Bitcoin, what we might be doing in the short to near future. I'll also be explaining to you guys the couple of changes that I've been seeing on Bitcoin's price that's been happening over the past couple of days that a lot of people aren't paying attention to. So follow along with me, guys. To start this video off, we're going to be looking at Bitcoin on the 4-hour time frame, and just for reference, we are using Market Cipher as our primary oscillator and indicator tool. The first thing I want to point out to you guys is that we are still sitting in this big gaping section of the VPVR wall. If you guys have been catching my past couple of videos, I've been telling you guys that that's not a good place for us to be. And while I still do believe that there are some benefits to hanging out in this big gaping section of the wall, and that's the changes that I want to talk to you guys about right now. It's super important for you guys to remember this. The longer that we stay in this big gaping section of the wall, the more and more we're filling up this big gaping section of the wall. If you guys haven't been paying attention to these bars in particular right here on the VPVR wall, they've been closing in ever so slowly the longer we stay ranging in this dead zone. I've been illustrating this gaping section of the VPVR wall with this transparent box, and I've called it the dead zone. I told you guys in my past videos that the longer we head in or hang out in this dead zone, the likelihood of us breaking down further gets higher and higher. But the more I thought about it, and the more I realized that these bars on the VPR wall are closing in on this big gaping section, I thought about it even further, thinking, hey, we're actually just laying down a good layer of support. So even though this is bad for Bitcoin's price action in the short term, this is good long term for us the longer we hang out here. So long as we don't break down below $40,000, if we do break down below that on a daily candle, I still do believe that would probably be a good time to take a short, because the likelihood of us breaking down further gets higher and higher once we do close out on a daily time frame. And the reason why, again, is because we have nothing down here to catch us on the VPR wall. So if we do fall, we're going to fall quite fast below that range. But if we just range here and hold this level of support, the more and more we actually fill up this big gaping section of the VPVR wall. So that is a good long-term bullish thing that we could be doing in Bitcoin's price action, guys. I just kind of want to point out to you guys, because I think a lot of people are just really focused on the outcome of Bitcoin's price action and not what we're currently doing, speculating on that outcome, if we're going to be doing a fake out before a humongous breakout, or if we're going to be taking that waterfall slide to the downside. Now, that is important. You got to think about the long end game, of course, for Bitcoin's price action, especially if you're an investor and/or trader. But I also want to kind of just focus on the short term and what we're doing right now for Bitcoin's price action. And as this isn't very great, this isn't very bad at the same time. We're just filling up this gap in the VPVR wall the longer we go sideways. So like I said in my past videos, if we don't break out and if we don't fall to the ground, we could just go sideways, letting altcoins actually do their thing in the later part of this run. Altcoins usually do have a pretty big blast off phase once Bitcoin dies off in past cycles. They last a little bit longer than Bitcoin, at least, and they do have some pretty big massive gains happening in the later part of their cycle typically. But that's not to say that's necessarily going to happen, but I'm just saying the setup is there. So if we do go sideways, filling up this gap on the VPR wall, that could just lead into altcoins having a fantastic end to this cycle. That's usually typically what does happen. So that is one scenario. Now, again, I'll give you guys my bullish and my bearish case scenarios for Bitcoin. As long as we don't break down below $41,000 on a daily candle, we're fine. And as if we want to remain bullish, we need to come up above 44,000, preferably 45,000 on a daily close, and start using that momentum to stair step our way to the upside. For me, that's the most likely 3 scenarios that will happen for Bitcoin. Be prepared for each one of those. I just kind of wanted to point out to you guys some things that I'm noticing on the charts. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys find this information beneficial. Be prepared for each of those scenarios, and you guys will last long in this game. Remember, don't overextend, stay profitable, don't try to front run the market. Subscribe to the channel, because I am trying to grow this channel, and I can only do that with your guys' support. So if you guys would, please do me a huge favor. Like I said, like the video, subscribe to the channel. With that being said, peace.